Hello, everybody. Another edition of Monday Madness. We'll get to that in a second. First, I want to start off with a moment of silence for those who have fallen and who were injured during the attacks 22 years ago, 9/11, New York, D.C., and everywhere else. Let's take time to remember those who fell for us and respect those who went in and took care of business afterwards. Let's get to business. First and foremost, thank anyone's family, friends, neighbors, whoever, who went to war 22 years ago this day. Thank you to those who are looking down on us. We miss you. We love you. It's a shitty day. So, I want to thank Ventnor City and Atlantic City's police, fire for today's services. We're helping out with the American flag. I apologize. That was awesome. Having both towns work together. That was awesome. Thank you to the veterans that showed up. Thank you to the gentleman who had the antique cannons. Thank you to the airline stewardesses that came. Those who spoke, all but one person. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's start always with the good news, then we get to the sticky news. Seafood Fest, major success on Saturday. I'm sure they did well on Sunday. I know Mother Nature didn't cooperate, but I'm sure everyone did very well. Always a good time. John and his family and his staff and his support crew always do a good job. So thank you for doing what you do and continue to do so. Shout out to the Lacavera family. They had a couple celebrities go and dine at their bowl place in Ventnor, Healthy Hippo. Had Machine Gun Kelly and what's her name, Megan Fox. So that was pretty cool for them to stop by. Vagabike, October 7th. So that's always a good time. Participants are, and if I forget, Vagabond, Wonder Bar, Beer Garden, Ducktown, Good Dog, Back Bay, Tennessee Avenue. Going off memory here. Let me see here. But trying to remember. VAGA, Vagabond Charities. Where's the poster at? Come on. Alright, no poster. Hold on one second. All right. So I think those are the places that are participating. So that's awesome what they do over there, Vagabond, helping out Atlantic City children, getting them educational, actually clothing and stuff like that, and educational needs for those who can't afford it. So that's October 7th. I'd like to make an announcement. the Doherty family, who is Doc's Oyster House, Doherty's Knife and Fork, and also Linwood Country Club, along with us here at Ducktown Tavern, are doing something that's never been done before, that should have been done. We are starting the Hospitality Invitational that will be played October 11th at Linwood Country Club. You must be in the hospitality field to play. Sign-ups are online. I will be posting up again the QR code, or you can reach out to myself or Linwood Country Club for information. Foursomes, $100 hole sponsors, Bloody Mary breakfast with the Continental Eats, Bites, after party, spirits and food during. Going to be a good time. I'm advising everybody, if you're going to partake over the line, get a ride. Leave your car there, get it later, don't matter. But it's a chance for the people in hospitality to get together and just talk, meet other friends in other places, and get together. Yes, Mark, you can sponsor a hole, absolutely. You are in hospitality because you do events in Atlantic City. So, that's the Hospitality Invitational on October 11th. Looking forward to seeing old friends, new friends there. What else we got here? Okay, time for news. Do we start with the Housing Authority? Do we start with Marty's very subpar speech today at the ceremony for 9/11, which he was very late for? Must have had that Eagles hangover. Very disrespectful. Hence that. So, let's start with that. Today, a lot of effort from everybody, both towns. Other towns showed up, EHT, a couple people from Margate, Ventnor, everyone just came down. It's a great spot. To commemorate those who fell for us. Private, military, everything in between. Except our mayor decided to say he wanted to celebrate. It's commemorate. He's in that party planning mode, so he's, a little stunad. Very late, showed up in the middle of the national anthem, didn't even stop and waited until it got done and just moseyed his goofy ass up there and tried sneaking in like no one would see someone who's 6'4" with a 5-gallon bucket head with nothing in between. Horrible. His speech was disgusting. It was definitely off the cuff. Was not thought out a little bit by anybody. Which goes to show his lack of respect and his lack of honor for those who serve the military and the first responders. He talked all the trash, I help, I. It's his favorite word. Your 10-minute spiel summed up how you really are inside. Dropping L's, cuz, all day. So we'll leave that alone. Topic number 2, the bulkhead situation on Lower Chelsea. I've personally had 2 engineers look at the bulkhead, and these are 2 gentlemen who have been doing this for 35 years. They do major shore resort towns, and both of them have said, and these guys don't even know that they've had the same comment or the same critique. Horrendous. It's going to fail. It leaks already. just not good. It's not good to where they're talking about other people looking to connect into it to slow down. You're not going to stop it, but slow down tide water that overflows onto the properties, because the private firms who've done it have done a better job than who has done this here, and that's that company Mount. So our engineer and whoever engineered, whatever firm engineered this, you both need to quit what you're doing and find somebody else. It is horrible. It does not work a little bit. It still leaks where it shouldn't. There's some spots that are open, but where they finished it, it still does not do its job at all. Horrendous. It's a waste of our tax dollars, whether it's federal or state, doesn't matter. It's a waste of money. It's no good. So, bulkhead subject, put that to sleep. Let's talk about the fireworks show that happened this week. Our potential councilman thinks he's going to be elected. Jeff Dorsey, the puppeteer of puppets, the back end of the horse costume, because the only thing you see is from his legs down. You don't see from the legs up, because the front of the horse is just as bad. Decides to take it upon himself to vote off Matt Doherty. Now, Matt is not the brightest, Matt is not the best, but Matt called out the financial irresponsibility, how do we say this? Lack of financial responsibility on the housing authority. Matt called everybody out for contractors being hired that are unqualified and taking advantage of the system. To my understanding, as of recent, the people who live in Stanley homes may not have heat this winter because of this major setback due to people hiring friends and possibly, which I'm going to call it out, lining their own pockets to get their friends in. So if you live in Stanley homes, I'm empowering you. I am asking you, and this is not even to start troubles. This is for you just to live a normal, warm life this winter. You need to go to City Hall and remove all tentacles the 7th floor has on their board and have Jeff Van Drew take over and put special counsel there to resolve this issue. Because if you don't, I'm sorry everybody, I was the first person there to help you out because I wanted to. Got whatever heaters you needed, the best I could with what was available. My man Bruce Weeks helped me out. He'll tell you. You need to get rid of Marty's puppets. Get rid of the whole board. Have Jeff Van Drew get a group of people who are professionals to take care of this for you. You will not have heat this winter. It ain't happening. The company that was hired specializes in lawn care sprinklers. Lawn care sprinklers. Not gas lines that you have to go to a 5-year apprenticeship, to go to school, to work for someone with these professionals, this, that, and the third, whatever. These guys lay plastic pipe for sprinklers. So a water sprinkler leak doesn't mean nothing. A gas leak, different ball game. This is God honest truth. The company that was doing the work lost the bid because they were high. They were only a little higher because the other company underbid it and did all these change orders, which now they've exceeded what the original company wanted to do, and it's going to cost more money now. That's how this town's working now. The board member and the guy ahead of construction who doesn't have a license himself, Jeff Dorsey, who thinks he wants to be a councilman, the domestic killer, the pipe layer, the electrician, the plumber, the mason. This guy's got more titles than Michael Jordan and Tom Brady got championships. But he doesn't have the paper to back it up, and he's overseeing this whole entire thing. People, wake up. Start doing your homework. Dorsey's a fraud. Just like the a-hole on the 7th floor, who was his buddy. And everyone thinks, who follows him, that the greatest thing since sliced bread. They're lining their pockets on your dime, on your sweat. Wake up. It's a God-honest truth. Let's get Jeff Van Drew to take over this thing, get an actual licensed contractor that actually has more than 2 trucks that can handle this thing, and maybe get it done by Christmas, is what I was told. Maybe. But God forbid, with my apartments, I ain't have heat, they would wreak holy havoc. The 7th floor would make sure that everyone and anyone would come down and break my stones if any one of my tenants didn't have heat. He had a whole community, heatless, with subpar electric, subpar plumbing, just the whole thing subpar. But that's okay, because Marty promises and never delivers. And yet, the public still votes him in, because why? You can BS anyone better than anyone I've seen in my entire life. You're going to be cold this winter. Mark my words. Okay? Ask LaToya Dunstan. She'll tell you. It's horrible how he treats his own constituents. Wake up, AC. Marty's terrible. Shouldn't have been mayor to begin with. Let's see here. Board members on the Housing Authority. Absolutely, they should just wipe it all out. I really believe the county should take it over. Ernest Coursey sits on the board. There's an AC representative on there. Where is he at with all this? Is he jumping down Marty's throat to do right by the people? Probably not. Because he don't need to get elected by Atlantic Cityites. Everybody else. Accountability, people. Accountability. So when Marty says great day, yeah, in issues, every day's a great day. Think about it, if it's a really great day for you. Come about Thanksgiving, gets a little nippy in there. Those buildings aren't insulated like new buildings are today. So, not good. Not good. Let's see here. Let's see. Dorsey stinks. Marty's a fraud. Coursey's nowhere to be found. Yeah, where's all this money going that's over there? And guess what? The state's at fault too for not overseeing this. Making sure people actually are doing their job. What did I say? Laquetta was vice chair of the Housing Authority at one time. They all had titles. So, at the end of the day, someone called Jeff Van Drew, ask him, and anyone else who's elected, get on Guardian, get on Claire, get on Palestina, get on Van Drew. They should be grabbing this bull by the horns and putting it down, because it's not good for the residents that live in Stanley Homes. Not a little bit. Okay? Put the Republican, Democrat thing aside, people. Your heat is in their hands, because you saw what the other hands did. Your peeps. You're going to have a cold winter. So, and last but not least, I find this very ironic. September 29th, There is a mandatory meeting at Showboat Casino. And the 29th is on Friday. A comedy show for all the department heads and maybe everybody else under them at the Showboat. For what? This is not a skill building thing. This is not continuous learning. It's to get a good laugh. Laugh at who? The sucker taxpayers? This is now the 5th time the mayor has done this. For what? Mandatory. What if someone just wanted to stay to do their job to get called up, Marty? You're going to make them listen to a comedian? And ironically, we got the Wu-Tang Clan at Boardwalk Hall that night, which I hope everyone goes to. It's going to be a good show. Love the Wu-Tang Clan. But what is the irony that we're going to have this closed day? God forbid someone was coming in to put in a permit. Someone needs to open a request. Someone needs to go to the health department. Someone needs to go to get a license and inspection. Something. Someone needs to go talk to the mayor. No, can't be bothered. He's getting a couple chuckles at Showboat with his boy Bart Blatstein. Really? What is Bart making per person? How many people have to go to this thing mandatory? Why are we paying for that? If it was continuous learning, knock your socks off. Go pray. Don't care. Go ahead. But to laugh, absolutely not. Disgusting. No other municipality does that, but Marty does it to secure his voting constituency, to make sure he gets in again. Horrible. Horrible. So on the 29th, I want everyone, I don't care if you live in AC or not, call City Hall. If someone's got Marty's cell phone, post it. Someone's got Corsi's phone, post it. Anybody else, post their phone. Let's go march on Showboat that day. It makes no sense. This is what we got to deal with. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Anyway, see you guys next week. That's today. That's last week's news. I'm trying to stop. They just give me more and more stuff. Let's make sure also that our governor doesn't bring down illegal, undocumented immigrants. Like I said before, if you're going to come to this country, do it the right way. Don't do it the backwards way. Okay? Now let's make sure these people have clean records at least, for the most part. So, everyone, see you next week. Adios, amigo, muchacho. Don't forget, October 11th, Limo Country Club, Hospitality Invitational.